Ball three. Clemente said, why wasn't that in the strike zone? I'd like to have that one. One out, nobody on. Clemente had 10 hits in a doubleheader last August against the Dodgers. A lot of hits in one day. 3-1 to him. It's a high fly into deep right center. Minnesota's way back. That one's going, and it is gone. Almost in the same spot as Johnny Bench's to the upper deck in right center. I've never seen so many long drives to the opposite field by right-handed batters that we've had in this game. That's another tremendous shot for a right-hander.
Hey everybody, it's John, 3000 Hitman. Today is December 31st, 2019, and we are upon 2020. So I wanted to kind of put out a video real quick about this day in MLB history, significant with the 3000 Hit Club, and just players in general. 47 years ago, December 31st, we lost Roberto Clemente in a humanitarian effort back to his home country to bring some supplies and food back there. His plane went down and his body was never found again. So I kind of wanted to cover that today, being that he is in the 3000 Hit Club. Cover a couple things, his cards, a little bit about his cards, a little about the signed ball that I have by him. And so with that being said, let's go real quick into that. 1972, one of my favorite cards of his, captures the swagger that Roberto had, tossing the ball up. Topps photographer was able to capture that. The photograph was taken in Shea Stadium, New York. They're getting ready to play the Mets. The other thing that's interesting, 73 card was taken actually spring training of 72 in St. Petersburg, Florida against the Mets. The catcher is Jerry Grody, unknown pitcher. It was taken at Al Lang Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, which was the home, spring training home of the New York Mets. One of only two known Topps shots of him in action. Roberto, the second shot is the 72 in action photograph of him at Candlestick Park, San Francisco. He swung his head back in disgust at a pitch and rolled his head back. So that was only two known Topps in action photographs, was the 72 in action and the 73 at spring training in 72. He obviously passed away in 72, December 31st. This is the 73 card. So it's his last known card. And so I will get in and show you a couple things that I have of his cards, and then his signed baseball I have of his. So let's do that real quick. All right, so here's a couple of the cards that I wanted to share. I have more in the collection, but the 56 Topps, his second one, just after his rookie. 58 Topps, he did not like them or the media using Bob. He wanted Roberto used. 72, one of my favorite cards. And then 73 is his last card. Here's one of the balls I have in my collection. Pittsburgh Pirates. It's getting faded over time, but there's Roberto's signature right there. Standing out with a little bit darker color than everybody else, blue. So that is it. So those are the cards that I have. A little bit about Roberto. An interesting story was in 2016, I was at the All-Star Fan Fest in San Diego. Roberto's wife arrived as an ambassador for the game, which she did quite frequently. And while I was watching her meet some fans, I had the opportunity to talk to, I don't know if it would be a bodyguard or a chauffeur, someone who got her from her home country. out to the Fan Fest. And so I had a chance to talk to him for a brief moment. And he said it was amazing when he went back and picked her up and walked into the house. He said that game used bats were all over the place, black and yellow stirrups, pants, jerseys, and hats were still laying all over the house that she had of Roberto's. And he said it was very interesting that she wouldn't obviously get rid of it, but it was still all sitting there. And so he brought me over and gave me the chance to shake her hand and meet her for a minute. Very nice lady, very cordial. And I told her I had a couple of the cards I had and then his sign ball. And she thanked me, said he loved his fans, and then shook my hand again and walked off. So that was very interesting. And then the other thing is, I don't think a lot of people know that in Pittsburgh now, in their stadium, in right field, the right field wall is 21 feet high, which represents Roberto's number of 21. So that being said, that is it. Famous quote from Roberto said, you pitch me outside, I'll hit 400. You pitch me inside, you'll never find the ball again. Great player. He was in the 3,000 hit club. Last hit in his entire career was hit number 3,000. And he is in the case behind me, ball number 3. So I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to meeting everybody and talking to everybody next week as I look into more budgeting, collecting on a budget. So I hope everybody has a good new year, and I'll see you guys next week.